Alright, so today, guys, I'm going to share with you guys on how to get mods for your American Truck and Euro Truck Simulator. First off, what you're going to need is you're going to need the game, of course. We're going to go to American Truck first to show you guys that you have the American Truck Simulator. There is the $4.99, the 2118 version, the deluxe, and the ultimate. If I were you and you just got the game itself, we will go through each one to show you what can you get. I'm not going to show you the deluxe edition because it's not worth it to buy the deluxe edition when right here it's $44.93. When you go look at this bundle here, you're going to get all of these. You're going to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games for $5.99 right now. It's $5.99 for those games altogether. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. For 6 games. For 6 maps, it's 6 times $5.99. You're paying, basically, you're going to get, it's $34.94 for the game, for just getting the maps. You're saving, basically, you're saving about $3 here for the maps. Now, here, then you gotta also realize that you're saving about, you're basically getting 1 map DLC, because I believe Texas is $8.99. It's $44.93 just for these 6 maps. And I'm going to tell you, the cargo pack, the paint pack, and the other pack is also going to be decent. But I'm not going to tell you to spend on this when you have the bundle info, when you actually have Arkansas, Oklahoma, Wyoming, and Colorado added as DLC. And so Colorado, Colorado is $5.99 plus another $5.99 for Wyoming. Then you have the Texas one, which I already told you about. Then you have Arkansas down here, which is plus $8.93, and then plus $5.99. You're basically paying $71.83 just by separately buying these, and you're going to be saving. Basically, what you're doing with this, and by the way, with all 7 of those, with just adding the, Arkansas, Oklahoma, Montana, or Arkansas, Oklahoma, Colorado, Wyoming, if I'm not you're gonna realize that this bundle, go for this bundle, don't spend, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. You're gonna have 11 maps, and when we did this one, you're basically saving, 1, 2, 3, no, not this one, the other one. Dang it. This bundle here, right here, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, for $44.93. Buying this bundle, you're saving based on you're saving 4 maps. You are getting 4 maps for free by buying this bundle. Now, this bundle, okay, is pretty much all you're going to need, really. You're going to get a lot of this being able to use. Now, The other place that you're going to want to go to, I have this always bookmarked because I'm using this. Go to gmccommunity.co.uk. Click on your American Truck Map Combos. You can do 1.55 or 1.56. I am going to tell you, if you look at the American Extras do come with paid stuff, but we're going to show you the American Classics and the ones that you can utilize. Right now, go with, pretty much, you can, if you have all of the maps, you will be able to run everything here, but I do not. Okay, what I'm running with just not missing 6 maps DLCs, I can still run the game right now with it. I do not use Discover North America. I do not use Alaska. I do not use the Western expansion for any of this. So basically, I also do not use Oklahoma because I do not have Oklahoma. All of these are what I use. Okay? What you're going to do within you when you get all of these, you're going to come down here and you're going to add your full, you're going to follow the order of this. You're going to want the original loading screens for a good reason. Ultima Combo, all of this. The one thing I will tell you, put the definition above the assets package, swap those two around. You'll thank me later. Welcome to the East Coast. More cities, Colorado, Utah, and Washington, coast to coast. Discover Oregon. Project Arizona Reforma. And I also use the Project Arizona. And then I have Reforma Sierra Nevada. And Reforma as well as more cities, Texas and Idaho. Now, if you buy right now, if you would like to get more based on into your game, if you do not have, okay, if you do not have more than the base game, okay, if you have the base game, okay, all the base game is going to do is, if you do buy the base game, which right here, go to American Truck Simulator, what you're going to get within all of this is you're going to get the sunny California and sandy Nevada, okay? So basically, you're going to be able to get those. Those are going to be what's considered in your base game. When you come over here, go to your US. If you are somebody that utilizes, that you want to have the Project Arizona, take Project Arizona as well. Because if I'm not mistaken, within all of this, there is a free DLCs here, and Arizona is a free DLC. Okay? So you're going to basically, with the base game, you're going to get Welcome to the East Coast, take that out, take Washington, take Colorado, Utah, more cities, Washington, Idaho, Discover Oregon, take out more cities, Texas, take out the Sierra Nevada. You could do Sierra Nevada, or you could do, you could do more cities, California. If you do Sierra Nevada, in the general, you could still probably get into using Reforma, but do not use Reforma. If you are not for sure, you cannot run it. I believe you might need to have some DLC requirements. But I believe you could run like this, Project Arizona. Sorry, gotta add Project Arizona. And then you can always, nope, you can't run the Altoona Islands, because those are required, and you cannot run coast to coast. You will not be able to run coast to coast, nor Pro Mods Canada. Okay? Everything here you will be able to run. If you go to Reforma, okay, Reforma does say it requires dependencies, required DLCs for all of these. You might not need to run this without it. You might be able to run without all of this. You still might have some buggy issues, though. It does not say it requires. Okay. You might not need this. Okay. You might not need that. Now, if you're running, okay, use 1.56. Okay, and then 1.55 is there. All of this will be able to get you what you need. If you happen to not want the Sierra Nevada, you can run. If you don't want to run Reforma because you're not for sure if you're going to have everything, you won't need to use anything else. You can put in More Cities California. You still have the More Cities California. You can still load all of these in. But then you go and click on download for More Cities California. If you have ATS, if you have the default California, playable with the base map, and you have the Nevada DLC, which is free by the way, you will be able to run everything except for these three right here, because you don't have the Oregon. Those are the only places that you will not. Okay, you will add a lot more playable cities within the game to give you more things. Now, if you're going to be running, if you go and buy the basic DLC, the premium edition, the premium edition is $21, and this one I would recommend if you're just somebody that wants to get lightly into this or you don't have a lot of money. Idaho, Washington, and Oregon bundle is a great way to start. And I'm going to tell you, you can possibly, you might be able to run Reforma, okay? But you won't need to, you can possibly run Reforma with this. And you'll be able to then run the More Cities Washington. You will also be able to run More Cities Idaho and Discover Oregon. You might be able to run on all of those, and the Altoona Islands as well as ProMods Canada. Now I know this because ProMods Canada requires those two to get access up there to it, and the Altoona Islands, might be able to get access. You might not. You might say you bugged out, but if you can't access it because you're missing mods or missing dependencies, you should be fine. But you will be able to run ProMods Canada by now. You'll get ProMods Canada. You can run More Cities Washington. And when you do have More Cities Washington, you will get the playable. If you have Idaho DLC, you'll get access to these three cities down here for the Washington one. If you also have the Idaho, which basically you should already have that by now. And then if you go to the More Cities Idaho, if you own the Idaho, Montana, Wyoming DLC, the red and the green one, because you already bought this, you will get this down here and that little one, Grand Forks, right up there for it. Okay? So you get those three cities there. And then if you have the Oregon DLC, you'll get that right down there to play with as well. Now, if you do want to go out and get more maps, that's a great way to start with your journey. If you happen to go with the other one, with this one, okay, this one you will get everything that I play with, that I can use, except you'll get Oklahoma and Arkansas as a bonus for it. You get the Oklahoma, you get more cities Oklahoma, you'll get more cities Texas. If you playing with me, you'll be able to add Oklahoma into your list of things. You can use Coast to Coast. I use Sierra Nevada. Compared to everything else, I do use West Washington Extended. You can probably use Washington Extended if you have Washington, but I would just make sure that you have other things. And then if you have, am I missing anything? No. Basically, you will be able to do that. The Alaskan expansion requires the Western Canada. Western Canada requires some other dependencies that are needed. So this is what you will be able to play with directly following my list. And I only run with 22 mods, nothing needed for it. And you do get more cities Texas, which is a new thing in 1.56 for this setup. So I would highly recommend you upgrade to 1.56. If you already know how to do this, you're good, you're fine. You know how to download and stuff. But if we go over here to Steam, okay, and you are somebody that wants to go back to the 1.55, this is one I used to also use. Right now, I pretty much would follow everything here to a T with that same bundle stuff. Remove the Western Canada, remove Discover North America, okay? Remove the ATS expansion, remove that, and you should be A-okay. And you will have 30 mods to install down here, and this is everything that you will need to be able to play within the American journey. The Altoona Islands and all of this will be available, and Beyond will allow you to get access to other places, but Beyond has not been updated yet to 1.56, but if you have a little bit of money and a little bit of patience, if you have a little bit of money, you can go to the extras. The extras, if you want to have a little bit more money and you have this, what I would do is I'm going to take out the paid. Then I take out the stuff that all I'm doing is I'm going to put in the Reforma Free, actually just put Reforma Free Pro Mods. Beyond is paid. Then I go and take out all of the paid in America ATS more and you pretty much there's 31. I'm missing something. You got Pro Mods Canada. Welcome to the East Coast is what's missing. And then you can follow this, and you will be able to play pretty much until you get down here to beyond. Beyond Terra, if you have access, okay, you get the early release of versions if you spend $5 a month to have access, and that might be a better option for you if you have that funds to spend $5 a month to get access. But I personally would not. I would not. In my good conscience, I just basically gave up, and went over to the free version, over here in the American Classics, pretty much, and I just basically followed everything for free, except I did not add these ones here. So basically, you know what I mean. And you can save and export your file now, within this. Now, Discover North, like, I can not gonna do that for you guys. Now there's another one. There is another edition of Euro Truck that I would tell you, if you have Euro Truck Simulator 2 and you want to be able to play, you will have relatively some good places to do so. I would still highly recommend the Ultimate Edition as always. You will need the Ultimate Edition for anything in Euro Truck modding. You will need every ounce. You will need the base game, and you'll need all the DLCs for this to work. You might not need to have the base maps and everything, but you should. For this one, how does that include a level editor? Why does that an American Truck consider a level editor? I don't get it. That's just something different. So, in the in this basically gives you a lot of places. Now, there is a bundle, okay, for this that you're going to need, that you're going to want you're going to want all the maps available to you, because you're not going to be able to run this setup that I use. Okay, we're going to show you that some of these may not absolutely work through this setup. I am going to tell you, I'm going to shift over here. I'm going to tell you, I do not use the Euro Trucks 1.56 International Classics. Has that same thing. Here, I do not, because there's not a lot in here that I will upgrade to, because I'm utilizing the other combo set. So I just wanted you to know that. Now, the reason why I'm showing you this here, instead of me being logged into actual Steam, is because I already have most of that stuff available to you. Okay. But what you're going to do is, if you want to run the setup for the 1.55 or 1.56, not 1.56, 1.55 for both American or Euro Truck, you will follow the same setups. You go to click on your cogwheel within your store, within your page, your page here, and you click on your game. You go to properties, and then once you click your properties, you go to betas, sorry, and you click on incompatible temporary 1.55 for this. This one, you're going to want to do that. and follow the steps, pretty much. So, in the International Classic, in the 1.55, now, when you, the one thing I will tell you is when you go down here, follow the order of priority in the way that this game shows you. In most cases, if you're using the Pro mod, you should put the DEF above the assets as much as you can. I'm going to show you guys on what to do, when to, and how to install for the Russia map, because I'm adding Russia into my game. I wasn't going to, and then I'm like, I want to get into the Donbass region, and so that's what I'm doing right now. Is you are going to follow the same thing here. I do use Beyond Terra maps. And I don't think I use Beyond, actually. I don't think. We can double check to make sure. I don't know if I'm using Beyond. I might not be using Beyond. Let me double check, because I should not be using Beyond. Okay, yeah, I am using Beyond. Okay, so no. Okay, so basically, I just wanted to make sure I was thinking I was using Beyond. Now, I already have the Russia map installed for the game, but just to show you how to do some of these things, you want to click on let's say you want to add extra to it. I'm going to click on that Rust map. I'm not going to add anything extra to this, okay? I'm just going to add in the Russia. Then I'm going to go to Eastern Europe and add the Donbass. I cannot add the Govo SR map. It is required, but I cannot utilize this as the SR map. I was going to add in the Govo because of Eastern Europe, and unfortunately, I can't because of the SR map is not available for use. Nor is the Southeast Asia available. I do not get into any African countries because I just don't want to be in Africa. I just mostly want to stick to Europe as much as I can. And I've been using a lot of Europe with a little bit of some Asia stuff because I want to get into the non-Russian area, like the Donbass, like Ukraine, and things like that. So you click on so basically you want to update, you click on apply. And it doesn't matter, like, I might be missing a map or two here. I'm just double checking. I do not use actually those as well. To use the Ryland map. And then there is another one I do not use. I'm just wanting to, because I'm going to show you guys, yep. So basically, everything else I do specifically use. The Emden, pretty much everything else I do use specifically. So what you do is basically all of these are going to be required to be able to run in here. You want to have the original loading screen for a good reason. Basic traffic restore, you want to have that as well. You will need to have all of the things. The only one that's optional is the Jerry's Fairy Killer. But P.S., if you have a lot of maps, you might want to install that. As well, Euro map names, install in this order. Okay, now, some of these, okay, maps Uh, we'll go to K-Week mods, but as you can see, it's the 1.56. You want to check to find down here where it says versions and go to 1.55 and click download. Okay, for now, until they can get a lot of the mods updated to 1.56. Same with this one here. You do the same thing. You check your versions, make sure it's on the 1.55, and you should be okay. Both of these, just to let you know, both of these are available to, if you click download, you will click on generate a link file. Okay, it'll generate, it'll download this link, click download. But sometimes, when creating the download, you might not be able to, because of a couple of reasons. Basically, you download it, you probably have clicked it somewhere else, and the Modsfire will generate that link to go to a Modsfire place, and it will, basically might potentially get you an ad, but it's safe to use, trust me, it's a verified file, it's verified user, verified everything here. Then you go to the Don Boss map. Some of these will send you to Tricky Mods. The Don Boss map will send you to help you get into that. Some of these, if you download, you also need the Albler fix. But if you come down here, you want the RC1. ProMods RC1, but the extract contains 0. You want the ProMods Poland Rebuild RC. You want the ProMods version, not the 0 ProMods. Down here, I picked the ProMods version, but you could pick the Russian version. I would recommend you pick the ProMods if you have the ProMods. Go with the ProMods version. Don't go with the Russian version. If you have ProMods installed. If you don't have ProMods, then go the other one. Then you can, the same thing here is some of these, like you goes down here, you'll have to generate that link. You will need to do that. The Russian map, same thing, but these are all trusted vendors. These are, everything is working the Don Boss fix. The Don Boss map is to Truckee Mods as well. And all that. Now, some of these may not always show here. Make sure that you input the DEF to the down here to that. Now, if I go to the Poland, okay, you want to click on that. Like sometimes it'll come down here, like the Poland one. You'll need that there. So yeah, so a lot of that is just there for a lot of things. And some of these, like here, you will need to extract it and make sure you extract in the way that it's set up. I know it says assets 2 package. Swap those two around. You can maybe interchange those two. Personally, I have it set to assets 1 and then assets 2. And then same down here with the ProMods. Yeah, the Pro Mods one is the other one that you want to do, and you still will need to have the DEF package. You'll still need to have the DEF package. You will still need to have the DEF. Make sure that you put the maps below, because it basically, you follow the loading directions of the number over here to help you identify that. But you load it in this order. Do not, I repeat, do not install the cabin, not the cabin accessories, but the other one, the company one, unless you're just specifically using Pro Mods, because it might break your game for it. But if you go here to the Pro Mods, you will need an account to log in, to download Pro Mods, okay? And to log in, you just create your login and create your account, and it will take you to a thing. You download your DEF package, will be free, and then you'll download a whole bunch of other things for it. It will take you some time for the free or the paid version if you decide for it, but I'm not going to show you how to log in because I don't want to keep this video short. If you want to know how to install Pro Mods, there's plenty of other videos out there or other things that you can do for it. When you click on your downloads for your Pro Mod, for your, say your thing, you go in wherever you have your storage of downloads like this. You want to store on your bazzite location, okay? You're going to go to, like, for example, Euro Truck Simulator 2. It's going to be home, gaming, local, share, Euro Truck Simulator. And same thing with American Truck Simulator. You just change the last portion. And you put in your mods here, and you will be A-OK. The one thing I will tell you is you want to, when you come in here, you don't want to go to the mod section. You want to come down here to the config. I have mine set to 200 on this. And you want to search for page size buffer. You want to look for page buffer size and set it to 200 if you're going to follow like me. Or if you don't have a lot, you can also set it to 200 and you will be fine as well. So then you come over here. As you can see, I have it already set up in the way that it's supposed to work. Please, make sure you have the original loading screen because you're not going to get any, you might be missing something that's needed. You just go in there, you install it, you put it in the priority if you follow it. What I would do is if you're going to follow this, go and put in your mod that you're going to use first. Go start from the bottom to the top and work your way that way. Instead of going from top to bottom, because you're going to have, save yourself some time into getting to do so. Getting into a game like this. Now, you want to also make sure that you complete your delivery start before you get into your game. Just because you're going to need things like that. Okay? And then once you get logged in, it's going to take you some time to load in. You may crash at some point because you have so much mods installed. Don't hesitate to check if a mod does not work, don't hesitate to check. And just, you're going to be thanking yourself for it. Now, let's show you guys just the world map. Look at all of this goodness. We're not getting everything, but I did get a few places so that we can go to the Donbass region, get a little bit of some stuff, so we can get connection over here to the Asian. So I just installed the Rush map, and you can go all the way over that far distance on the map. You can also go over here to Apex over here. You can't go to Canada from here though. That's where American Truck comes in. Except for right here. But that's as far distance, and then far south, you can go here. I do have one issue here. This might be where you might want to have the ferry killer, but I could not get from here down to here. I had to use a different way to get around, so you might have to figure out some other way to. Maybe the ferry might not work for every location. But this is going to get you everything you need to know how to get more maps, more mods. Now, if you wanted to, okay, the last thing is if you have your favorite radio station, you're going to have to find that streaming stuff. But if you go into your media, click on your radio, you want to click on, for me, as you can see, normally everything is here except for one radio station, and that's this one right here, Trans Radio UK. What you do is you go back into your Eurotruck 2 folder, looking for livestreams.ssi, and then you come all the way down here, and you follow the format of this. You put your link, your radio name, your genre, your country, your or your language, and then you put your bitrate, and then your thing if you know it. If you don't, just default at 128 if you can, and you just add in 275. If you're just adding yours for the first time. If you're adding something already, you want to continue to add 276, 277, 278, 279, and continue to go on for it. Then, if you wanted to add in music, you can go into your music folder, and you can, in Linux, as you can see, I have it linked to Music ATS, and I have it linked to there, and you can input whatever you want into it. Okay, so you'll be able to get anything that you need for this game to run flawlessly and fantastic. So anyway, that is how you get into the game, creating your game, getting in your mods, getting them set up. You want to have, there's two things that you're going to need. Make sure that you have at least a decent internet connection. If you have 100 megabytes down and 100 megabytes down, you should be a-okay. any lower than that, you might start getting somewhere of not being able to get any further. Make sure you're also using the right internet connection. Do not use, like, you have the 1.5, but you also have the other one that you can use as well. And stuff. So just follow this rule, this thing here. You can use that check mark over there if you have it, just to double make sure as you go through. Some of them are Steam Workshop items, some of them are not. So just be aware of that. Okay. And so just make sure. I would probably recommend you get this, but I'm not going to. I'm going to see if I can find any more bugs through it. And the more bugs that I find, the better, because that's going to help me to figure out, okay, this is broken. I'm just going to cancel the job. It's going to fuck me up if I do, but you know what? I don't care. I'm just going to do it because it's going to be more of a time waste saved of me trying to fix a mod than saying, hey, this is a problematic area. You might want to have this fairy killer if at any point. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed. I do need to go to bed. So I will catch you guys later.